In this video, we're diving into the basics of using the GoHighLevel API to pull contacts, opportunities, and conversations. What's going on, everyone? My name is Eric Hunsaker, and on this channel, we cut through the fluff to help you build smarter systems inside of GoHighLevel. If you want to create custom dashboards, connect GoHighLevel to your own tools, or automate reporting without exporting spreadsheets every single week, getting comfortable with the API is a huge step. Today, we'll cover what an API is in normal, everyday people terms, how API access works inside of GoHighLevel right now, authentication, tokens, OAuth, rate limits, and then the practical stuff, pulling contacts, opportunities, and conversations. But why learn API? Have you ever wished you could see all your leads in your own dashboard, or sync your GoHighLevel conversations to another platform, or pull pipeline numbers without logging in and clicking around? That's the whole point of an API. Instead of exporting spreadsheets manually, you can fetch the data automatically whenever you need it. And even if you're not a developer, knowing the basics helps you talk to your tech person without feeling lost. So what is an API? An API, application programming interface, is basically a set of rules that lets one app talk to another. I like the waiter analogy. You place your order. This equals your request. The kitchen makes it. That's the server. The waiter brings it back, and this is the response. So in this case, you're ordering contacts, opportunities, conversation, calendar data, whatever, and GoHighLevel sends it back in a structured format, usually JSON. The 4 API concepts you need to know. Before we touch endpoints, here are the basics that show up everywhere. Endpoints are the URLs you call for a specific type of data. Example, contacts, opportunities, and conversations. Methods are the action you're taking. Get equals retrieve. Post equals create. Put/patch equals update. Delete equals remove. Authentication is how GoHighLevel knows you're allowed to access that account's data. This is the token piece. Rate limits are the guardrails so nobody hammers the system with a million requests per minute. Getting access, tokens versus OAuth, and what's changed recently. This is the part that people get tripped up on because GoHighLevel has been evolving the API. Option 1, private integration, token, most common for my business integrations. For most basic, I just want to pull my own data use cases, you'll use a private integration token, also commonly called a private integration token /PIT. You generate it inside HighLevel and send it in the authorization header as a bearer token. GoHighLevel has also been pushing people toward private integrations for API v2, and they've said v1 is end of support. Plus, they note that generating new old-style API keys is going away for accounts that don't already have them. Option 2, OAuth 2.0 for apps that connect to lots of accounts. If you're building something like a marketplace app where many different agencies, locations authorize your app, that's where OAuth comes in. OAuth lets each user grant access securely instead of you holding one static token for everything. Rate limits, so your integration doesn't get throttled. GoHighLevel enforces rate limits. A commonly referenced set of limits is 100 requests per 10 seconds, which is a burst, or 200,000 requests per day. If you exceed this limit, you'll start getting errors and your script/app needs to slow down, retry, or batch smarter. A quick note about location ID. You'll see location ID constantly. That's basically the sub-account identifier, and sometimes you'll hear people still call it a location. If your calls keep failing, 9 times out of 10 it's because wrong token, wrong location ID, missing the version header, or you're hitting rate limits. Pulling data, the 3 most common things people start with. Number 1, pulling contacts. Contacts are usually the first thing people want. Important accuracy note. In the official docs, the simple get contacts endpoint is marked deprecated, and they recommend using a search contacts endpoint instead. So if you're building something new today, don't build your whole system around an endpoint the docs are warning you about. How pagination works, the part that surprises people. Contacts can be a big list, so HighLevel won't return everything in one response. You request a page, then you request the next page, and so on. Most endpoints use a pattern like limit, often default 20, max, commonly on 100, a start after/start after ID style pagination. Value returned in the response. So your logic is basically fetch first page, read the next page pointer, fetch again, use that pointer, repeat until there's no next pointer. What you do with contacts once you pull them. So once you're pulling contacts cleanly, you can build dashboards like new leads per day/week, sync contacts into another system, or run automated audits like missing phone numbers, bad emails, etc. 2, pulling opportunities. Opportunities are your deals in the pipeline, what stage they're in, what they're worth, and whether they're open, won, or lost. This is where API dashboards get really fun because you can build things like pipeline value by stage, win rate, average time to close, revenue forecast, forecasting if you track value consistently. Opportunities endpoints also support search filter patterns like limit, pagination, and traditional filters. Their official docs show a default of 20 and a max up to 100 for per page results in search endpoints, fields that actually matter in real life. Now, when you're working with opportunities, the most useful pieces tend to be opportunity ID, contact ID, so who it belongs to, pipeline and stage status, whether it's open, won, lost, or other status values depending on endpoint, value of the deal amount. So if you're planning any kind of forecasting dashboard, those are the ones you'll live in. 3, pulling conversations. Conversations, basically your messages, threads, SMS, email replies, and other channels, depending on what you have connected. Pulling conversations is super useful if you want a backup archive, analytics like response time, or to mirror messages into another tool. 2, be an adult about it, considerations. First, volume. Conversations can get huge fast. You'll want to filter by date ranges where possible and avoid pulling the entire history every time. Second, privacy. Conversations can include personal data. If you're storing this outside of GoHighLevel, treat it like sensitive data. Secure storage, least access, and don't dump it into some random Google Sheet with anyone with link can view. Beyond reading data, create and update records. So once you understand GET requests, the next step is using the API to actually change things. Creating a new contact. This is typically a post to the contacts endpoint using JSON, including location ID and whatever fields you want to populate. The private integrations docs even shows an example of creating a contact with location ID in the payload. Updating an opportunity. Updating is usually a put/patch pattern where you include the opportunity ID in the URL and send the fields that you want to change, like stage, value, etc. Just remember, updating pipelines and stages is powerful, but it can also mess up reporting if you do it wrong. So log your changes and test with dummy records first. Understanding responses so you can debug faster. GoHighLevel's API responses are typically JSON. In practice, you'll usually see the data you requested, some metadata for pagination, and error messages when something fails. When something breaks, don't guess. Check HTTP status code. 401 means auth/token/header issues a lot of the time. Response body. It usually tells you what it didn't like, whether you included the required headers like authorization and version. Real world use cases that actually make sense. So here are the most common, this is worth learning the API for kind of scenarios. Custom dashboards, pull contacts plus opportunities into Power Business Intelligence /Looker Studio /Tableau. So you can track pipeline health your way. CRM syncing. If you use another CRM or database, the API is how you keep data aligned without manual exports. Reporting automation. Run a daily or weekly pull that generates reports automatically and sends them to Slack or email. Conversation analytics. Track response times, volume by channel, and how many leads replied without living in the inbox all day. Best practices so you don't blow your foot off. Instead of a giant bullet list, here's the keep your integration alive checklist in plain English. Don't paste tokens into client-side code or public repos. Treat them like passwords. Build in retries and back off for errors and throttling. Respect rate limits with batching and small delays. Prefer documented current endpoints. Watch for deprecations like the old get contacts. Keep an eye on GoHighLevel's developer docs because the platform changes. So the GoHighLevel API gives you a clean way to pull data that you care about. Contacts, opportunities, and conversations. And use it wherever you want. Dashboards, reporting, custom automations, or syncing with other tools. The big foundations are simple. Use the right authentication method, private integration token for most people, OAuth for multi-account apps, include the required headers like authorization and version, handle pagination so you don't accidentally pull only the first 20 to 100 records, and respect rate limits so your integration doesn't get throttled. Remember to start small. Pull contacts first, then opportunities, then conversations. Once you can reliably read the data, you can move into creating and updating records safely. And that's where you unlock the build anything potential. So if you want to go ahead and get started with GoHighLevel, we've got an extended 30-day free trial link for you down in the description below. This is an affiliate link, which means we do earn a small commission when you use it at no extra cost to you. And this really helps support the channel and allows us to continue making free GoHighLevel tutorials, walkthroughs, and deep dives. So if you end up using them, seriously, thank you so much. And if this video helped you out, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a GoHighLevel breakdown. Here on GoHighLevel Mastery, we teach you how to get more clients, automate smarter, and grow your business using GoHighLevel the right way, whether you're brand new or leveling up your agency. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you here in the next video.